Previously on Unranked.
What's up, Unranked crew? This is Alex Schwimmerman calling in. That again is Alex Schwimmerman. I know it's kind of a weird name, but I actually went to school with Tom back in the day, and I remember he got glass stuck under his nail. I just wanted to make sure I'd mention that because I realized that you guys might not know that story, and it's kind of a name that you would probably remember, Alex Schwimmerman. But other than that, Stan Rankin, suck it.
I take it Tom recognizes this person.
I mean, I recognize. I'm very confused right now because I've told that story on the podcast before. Who did this come? Do we have a number? Did this come from a number?
Alex Schwimmerman.
It wasn't
Alex
him.
He said it twice. It couldn't be any more clear.
It wasn't. It wasn't.
Can I call and ask if it's Alex Schwimmerman?
It's definitely.
That'd be incredible.
No. This is definitely. Some people are just shenanigans here.
Wait, what?
So, okay, you know how Tom doesn't listen to the podcast?
Yeah, I never done.
I'm going to reveal something to everyone right now
Okay.
that I did not reveal to Tom. Looking at the phone number on Google Voice of who called, I know exactly who this is.
Oh.
It's a listener who it sounds like had a friend or someone else say this.
Okay.
Because I don't believe. I mean, maybe they're doing. Maybe I
give me
recall their voice incorrectly.
Wait, run it down for me. Run it down for me. What's the next? How did this start? What's the situation?
Well, it was just voicemail, right?
Yeah.
A guy called. Do you remember this story? Apparently, Tom told
No,
on the podcast.
I don't remember
this is
this
what I said,
story.
but here's the thing.
Yeah.
He must have actually said it, which I only know because, I know this is a listener because this phone
Right.
number has called us before.
Right.
So
Right.
they would only know
From the story on the pod.
but neither of us. Alex, I have zero recollection.
I don't
of
remember the
this.
story at all.
Zero recollection of this. You know, I've listened to
Yeah.
podcasts before and I've heard the host say stuff like that where they're like, I don't recall any of what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And I've
This is
never
like
experienced.
Malcolm.
This is the first time I'm like, really?
Yeah, this is like Frankie
Do not.
Muniz in Malcolm in the Middle when people thought that he said or something that he couldn't remember anything of recording of Malcolm in the Middle or something like that. I couldn't remember any. So
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But wait,
that's
wait,
Chandler. I'm
what's-
trying. That was
oh right, what's his name?
yeah,
The guy who
Matthew
died.
Perry.
Matthew Perry, yeah.
Yeah,
All right,
because he
big.
was like drunk the whole time. So
Right.
he's like he was like there's seasons. I just don't remember anything.
Right. That's sad.
Yeah.
Wait, so okay, so Tom told the story, the listener understood the story, then waited, then lay and wait. For a
Lay and
while.
wait.
And then called and used a name about going to school. Like, I wonder if that name is actually a real person that they looked up what school Tom went to and they picked a name. Because
No, he must have told this story. There's no way. Right? Like we just don't remember it. We would lose that. You should have fucking listened right now. But he
Yeah.
must have. He must have. Just because again, like this is a listener. I mean, maybe that would be
all right, so
that would
don't
be
out
nuts
the listener.
if
Don't out the listener right now. You and I will talk off because there's another thing I want to talk to you about offline when we're not recording about the previously on. So who was on the podcast last week?
Oh,
Who
Jesse
was my
Vitelli.
replacement?
Jesse Vitelli is great. He's you know, like we didn't have our typical Italian insert,
Right, Gio.
so we got the alternate, the other New Yorker.
Has he ever been on
who-
before?
No, he's never been on before.
Wait, he's from New York?
Yeah, he lives in New York. Yeah,
Wait, whoa, how do we?
he's
how
friends
does-
with Gio.
Oh, he's friends with. Is he friends with Tom?
Yeah, I've actually met him through Tom at SGF and at the Bombcast stuff, and I saw him.
So why wasn't he
recently.
at the wedding? Why wasn't he at the wedding?
Because I
the
don't think they're
bachelor
that
party?
close.
Yeah.
Might be. I think you know what that guy. I think that did a bunch of stuff. Does a bunch of stuff with Giant Bomb because he was in their live show last year that I went to
You know what?
because Tom they
Yeah.
did it here, and that's where I
Yeah.
met him. I met him at last year's live bombcast at the after party.
Mm.
And so Tom probably didn't actually meet him until last year.
I'm thinking that Gio got an invite to the wedding, but didn't get an invite to the bachelor party. And I have a feeling that we should bring that up the next time the four of us are together. Because
We do have to plan like a visit for me for next year, like ahead of time, but we need to make sure Gio's included because I would like to
yeah.
hang with Gio again.
I mean, listen, hopefully if my dad still has the
Oh,
house, we could use that, but we'll see. That would be a huge
yeah.
cost save.
Well, we're talking about me
Um,
leaving the house anytime soon. That's
oh,
how
you're not leaving.
big
Yeah, you're not leaving the house for at least 8 months. Actually, I went on my first. I actually went on a different lads weekend with my college friends. I would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 months after
Yeah,
she was born.
yeah.
7, 8 months after she
But
was born.
that's exactly like the window that I was talking to you about us going
Mm,
to South Carolina and
mm,
going to the mini golf
mm,
championships where we
hmm
get to enter, right? We get
Right,
eliminated and then we just watch the
right. We
rest of
get
the tournament.
eliminated, then we just go, all right, exactly. Yeah. By 7, 8 months, you should be like, not only will the routine be down, but it'll just be easier.
We should
But the
just
way that, yeah,
the whole bachelor party group,
mm,
we should just invite all of them to the mini golf tournament and see how many people we get to go.
yeah.
And we'll
I
be like,
kind of
this
like,
time we are going to Charlotte.
right. And one of the guys that came to the bachelor party, took the train down, and I thought that was awesome.
Hmm.
So I might do that, considering
Oh, that does sound
how
cool.
cool that was. I mean, it sounds pretty cool. You got to
We're
bring all
about to
yourself.
get a sleeper train to San Francisco here.
Oh,
We're about to have like a
wow, investing in trains.
yeah. Well, there is like a line you can already that has a sleep. You could go like all the way to Chicago, but we're about to get like a high speed thing too, which is pretty cool. But it's
Yeah.
only it doesn't
I
run all
actually
day, which
heard
is
that
stupid.
there's a stretch. I don't know if it's between LA and San Diego or LA and somewhere north, but the Amtrak line is very close to like collapsing into the sea somewhere there. Like
Hmm.
it's like the erosion is quickening,
Okay.
and
Well, I
there's a
hope it's not
stretch there.
towards San Francisco.
I don't know. I saw it like in passing. I saw like a quick little headline.
Crumbling
So
infrastructure in this country, who would have thought?
no, who would know? But the other thing I was thinking was,
Well,
yeah, like the way Tom gives me shit for not inviting him to my wedding or
yeah.
bachelor party back then when I only knew him for a total like less than a year.
I think the bachelor party is more understandable than the wedding.
No. Gio's best buds. I think
Oh,
we
yeah.
play that up. I think we play
Well,
that
wait,
up.
do we know that he wasn't invited? And he just couldn't go?
Well, we could get egg on our face that way, but I feel like if we ask him, like, "Oh, Gio, like, so bachelor party, were you like, what's going on?" Or we just do it, or maybe I just have Gio
Because
on.
the only person that's in our group chat that didn't go to the
Mm.
bachelor party was an actual groomsman. And the only actual groomsman that's in that chat that was sorry,
No,
the
you
only
have
person
it.
that no,
I
the
think you have it
person that didn't go to
backwards.
the bachelor party, Trey's,
Oh yeah,
is a groomsman. So
right.
I don't
But
think
then there was
Gio would
someone
have
who
been
went to the
included then if he
right.
declined because he wasn't a groom. So I
But
don't
there
know.
was someone who went to the bachelor party who wasn't a groomsman.
All right, look, we
Also,
gotta we gotta do the Pokemon.
fun fact, and I have no problem saying this, right? There was no point in the groomsman activity. You could have called us buds.
I think it's for the pictures and everything. But yeah,
What pictures? There was no formal. Oh, well,
well, it was
sure.
the getting ready pictures.
The getting ready photos, right? Okay, fine.
But also their original photos would have been cool had it not been raining.
No, I think isn't rain good?
It was so cold though. So remember everyone was just like hoofing it to the train.
Yeah.
If it was nicer weather, right? And
Mm-hmm.
also the time of day that we did it was kind
Mm,
of tough because that was like
mm.
peak subway traffic. Like we just
Yeah,
couldn't even get in the same cars together.
sure.
Um, it was a good idea. Uh, hey, this is the Unranked podcast. It's a video game podcast. It's the 487th episode.
Oh, we're up to 487. Okay.
Yeah, this might be we have like
Oh
10 episodes
shit.
left in this season. So I will
This is
I'll say
huge.
that. I'll say that I do plan on making sure I'm back in time once I go for the new season episode. If not, also the finale for this. So I'm hoping at most 9 weeks. So we'll see. I mean, that's fascinating. I can't imagine it's going to take before 9 weeks. Teresa's going to get so sick of me. She worked crazy hours. She's not going to have to work for the first time in a very long time. And I'm going to be around all
I'm
the
just
time.
trying to think. I'm
That is
trying to
not
think.
something she has to deal
Was
with.
mine was really 12 weeks?
Yeah, it was
I
12.
was gone
Dude,
for
I couldn't
12
believe it. It
weeks.
was 12 weeks between episodes.
I think,
We
yeah,
had
I think
Gio
it's
on, we had Matt on,
because,
we had some other people.
yeah, I think it was really because of how, but we also had an issue though, because she wasn't, like I say eating.
She was
She
like
wasn't
colicky and
drinking
stuff, right?
enough. No, she wasn't colicky. She was not drinking enough. And then
Oh,
we didn't
because the
find out until she got a
lactose.
yeah, she had a milk protein
Right,
allergy.
right,
So
right.
we had to switch. So then she woke up a lot during the night.
Is she
And
still lactose?
no, she's fine.
Okay,
She's actually getting less and less picky as she gets a little older now.
that's
So
great.
she's able to eat a whole bunch of stuff. She's in camp now, which is she's having a blast.
That's
Kids learning how to
awesome.
swim, doing the bullshit.
We need adult
Um,
camp.
what do you have?
They need adult summer.
Oh,
Adults
I
need
know.
adults
Adults
need
need summer.
summer.
I know, they
Adults
really
need
do.
summer so that
They
we
really
can
do.
have camp. That's why adult camp doesn't exist
Yeah,
because we don't get summer.
yeah. Anyway, so with my
Summer
kid, we
school
had a
for
problem.
adults.
Her stomach was hurting and was painful. And when you're 2 months old and there's no there's nothing but crying. So, uh, yeah. So
Great.
Giratini, huh?
Giratini. That's this week's Pokemon.
It's a renegade Pokemon.
Sorry,
This
I
one-
I closed my page by accident.
Oh,
It's all right, I got it here.
this one does look cool. I like it.
All right, tell me about it.
It's not known to evolve.
Giratini. Fuck.
It's not known to evolve into or
Alex,
from any other Pokemon.
I didn't know what today's Pokemon was because of the
Yeah.
way you've pronounced this.
Yeah. So Giratini transforms from its standard form, called its altered form May, into a second form called its origin form May, while either holding a Griseous orb. What the fuck is that? A Griseous core. Sorry, Griseous or Griseous, or while it's in its home, the distortion world. Giratini's origin for me was officially revealed in early February 2008. It is one
Do
of
you
the
know?
Pokemon
Do you know
of
what
myth.
your reading of that fact was just like?
What?
That was like Heatran is the only Pokemon before
Right.
hidden abilities that cannot be
Right.
obtained with its
Right.
own ability in any
Right.
game without an ability packed.
I went back and listened to that part because
Yeah.
I was like, was it as crazy as when I thought it was? And I still don't get it.
Yeah.
So,
Can you pronounce this correctly?
Giratini?
Well, first of all, why are you
Giratina.
saying Tina? Yeah, Tina. There we go. Come on. She likes to be called Tina.
Giratina.
Please. That's my father's name.
Giratina. Giratina.
It's a ghost dragon. Like, can we just start with
Giratina?
ghost dragon's pretty dope.
Yeah.
This is one of those Pokemon that's like got a little too much going on, but at the same time, it kind of
100%.
works though. But it kind of works.
It does
for
work a little. It does work. I also have a little soft spot for it because it's in Smash and I like it in Smash.
Yeah.
I also
yeah.
have another soft spot. Oh my god, soft spot for it.
Soft sport.
I also like it because it's in the Pokemon trading card game Pocket Edition. Yes, I still
Oh.
play it, and it's a
Oh.
dope Pokemon in that game.
Yeah, we have people in the Discord playing it, posting
Yeah.
whenever they're getting rare cards though.
I still like it. I still get it. I'm still after it. Giratina may be derived from platina, Spanish for platinum. It may also involve guilty, guillotine, and possibly girasol, a type of opal. All right. But yes, I agree. It looks like a bunch of third graders stuck some shit together for like a school project.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's talk about its Pokedex entry.
Okay.
Giratina
Yeah.
loses its legs upon changing into this form. Oh, sorry, this is its altered form I was going to read. Sorry. Wrong
Mm.
one, wrong entry.
What?
I read the wrong entry. Where the hell's the
Oh
correct one?
my, come on.
Oh,
Get
no,
your
this is the right entry.
All
Weird.
right, so read it.
Oh,
Read it.
okay, I see. It has origin form, altered forms. I'm just going to read it from Alpha Sapphire then. I'm not going to do Arceus when they added these forms. It
Mm,
was banished for its violence. It silently gazed upon the old world from the distortion world.
mm.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of like who's
That's a cool one.
who's the bad guy in the Upside Down? Who's that bad character we've been introduced to who is like the big bad behind everything? That was the name of that character. Not the Mind Flayer. The
Oh, you're talking about Stranger Things? The
yeah,
uh the,
yeah.
the
I
show
said
that's
the
going to
Upside
show
Down.
the show that's going to show a bunch of 30-year-olds
I mean, they're not 30. It's been 10 years since they started it, and
That is kind of crazy that it's been
the
10
kids were
years
like
now.
14, 15
No,
when
they were like, weren't they like 8 or 9?
well, so they filmed it obviously before it aired.
Really?
Right. So when it aired, like a lot, I mean, the ages of the kids are different, but some of them were like the correct age, and some of them were like 4 years older.
Hmm.
No one was like more than like four. I think maybe the oldest was like 15, maybe. But
Still
they're
did
playing
take
10
them a
year
bit.
olds. Yeah. I don't know why they did it. They should have just, you know,
Anyway, okay.
whatever. Yeah.
Let's move on.
I am excited for the end of that though.
Yeah. So I think that this Pokemon is in the top 20. Maybe
Really?
it bumps Garchomp out. Oh, you don't think so?
No. Go on, go on.
I was gonna say it's the new 20 and bumps Garchomp down.
What do you think about it shiny? I'm into
Hold
the
on.
blue and the white.
Let me see the shiny. You already have me at blue and white before I even look at it. So hold on. How do you where do you,
Garantina.
yeah, where do you is it under game data? Where's the
You just go
shiny
to
stuff?
sprites, scroll down, and all the sprites
I'm
are there, and they'll always have the standard next to the shiny.
all right.
This is on
I know I'm
bulbapedia.bulbagarden.net.
scrolling on my
Oh, this is
phone
for
to,
the audio listeners.
yeah, oh,
Come on. Audio first. We got some feedback
there we
about
go.
that.
Oh, you know what though? So I like the blue, black, silver. I don't like the gold or yellow. I wish that that was different, but
Oh, sure.
I'll take it.
Sure. Yeah.
I'll
It's almost
take
like a
it.
fleshy.
Yeah. I wish
Yeah.
it wasn't that. I wish it was something cooler. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'll take it.
I mean, it's
I
good
think
though.
yeah, I still think this is in the
You can see the tarantula like spider aspect good in the sprites when its
mhm,
legs are out. I think it's harder to discern that with the more modern takes on it. Like they
mhm,
almost look more like ribbons and not like spider legs
right.
when they're all splayed out for some reason now.
Yeah.
So 3D doesn't always work for some Pokemon and others require it. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm looking at with the sprites. Especially
Mhm,
those early games, like the backs of the Pokemon and stuff. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, what am I looking at? Like
mhm.
sometimes they're unrecognizable. All right, so the new top 20.
No?
I don't know. I think it goes higher, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, put it above, Put it above, 'Prim. 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 '
Yeah, that's
Maybe.
good.
All right.
That's good.
Good enough.
I would have gone one more, but I wouldn't put it above Grottle. I would put it above Monferno, but
Mm.
Primplup's that's a good spot.
Mm-hmm.
All right, there we go. The new number 18,
Yeah.
Girantina.
Yeah. Okay.
Tuna.
So,
No comment.
oh no, I mean, well, I was waiting for you to introduce it.
The new layout. So I
The new
mean,
layout. Where
obviously, I've
are
been
you? Are you in the same room?
back. Remember, I used to when I started my walking, and I started this when we started this season. I had refocused to this side, and then
Mm,
I started getting too many new things, and this just
hmm
became a pile of things, and always looked like a mess because I didn't have any way to display my lightsabers, so I've just had
Right.
boxes of them stacked on each
So
other.
where are the blades?
The blades are right now in the other room,
Okay.
but they are going to go. So I have a shelf right here, down here.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to put them. I just got like clips, like broom holder style clips that they're just. I'm going to put them on the bottom side of this shelf, and then they're just all going to be under
Right.
there. Yeah, but
Okay.
these are all the hilts. I haven't tried this, so I don't know if it's going to work.
Oh
But
boy. Oh boy.
yeah, no, it looks like it's working pretty good.
Yeah.
So obviously, been talking about the lightsabers for a
Yeah.
while, but
Yeah.
just hoarding them, not doing anything because I needed a way to display them. Um, and now that my collection is largely complete, but is anyone's collection ever really complete, Alex? I don't know. All right, so you have Cal Kestis. This is from the Fallen Order Jedi Survivor games.
Okay.
Got the Mandalorian Darksaber here
Yeah.
from Mando and Star Wars Rebels and Clone Wars. This
Okay.
is Soul's lightsaber. It's the one that also turns red
Okay.
from the Acolyte.
Right.
This is the one that I made
Okay.
at
That's
Galaxy's
a
Edge.
right. That's a
Custom.
Christian variety.
Yeah, that's a Galaxy's Edge. So here you have Yoda. So
Yeah.
okay, so here's what I did. This back plate, these are
Uh-huh.
all episodes 1 through like these are Skywalker saga
Oh,
lightsabers.
I see.
And then the sides are not.
Okay.
So I have Yoda, Mace Windu, Obi-Wan,
Yeah.
Anakin, episode 3, which becomes Luke's, becomes Rey's. Then I have Rey's, Luke's green one, Kylo's, Darth Vader's, Darth Maul's, Count Dooku's, the Emperor.
Yeah.
The Emperor's is fucking sick. No one else is like 100% like chromed, shinied out like this, so it's like
Hmm
pretty cool. It's also like,
Hmm.
yeah, it's this feels like it would actually be one of the best ones to hold to fight with. Some of them are like honestly, like Darth Vader's like this bullshit annoying. Like there's a lot of bullshit on lightsabers sometimes that you're like, this does not work good as a weapon. And like all the best ones are like, oh, this is just like rounded and has a grip. Great, that works.
Yeah.
And then on the other side we have uh these are from Ahsoka and those are Ahsoka's because she fights with two. She's the
Right.
double-sided. So and then it moved some of my Legos around. Like I gotta, it's not complete, but
Okay.
not because of the collection, but I'm gonna like I found a person on Etsy that makes little like plaques for like lightsabers like that people put on the wall. So like
hmm
it'll have like the person's lightsaber and what it appeared in, like the episode. They're
Right.
like people just make them on like 3D printers and people that have like laser cutters and stuff.
hmm
They're like 350 a piece. So I'm just gonna get a bunch. Yeah, and they're metal too, so I can just put a little magnet and just
Right.
pop them on there.
All right.
But it's Therese when she saw this, she goes, you know what? She was like, that does look really cool.
Yeah, no, it looks very good. Looks really good. The lights, the whole shebang.
The light took a lot of work. And then I got one of those like floaty things.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that you put the magnet on. I was like, oh, the holocron could go there. Yeah. And then this is the last.
What
Lego
is
just
that?
has a Star Wars sign.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, either did I. And So I dropped this one. These used to go across, and I'm gonna put the sign right in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah,
I
no,
got a
not
little
bad.
setup again.
Pretty good.
Well, my original plan was,
Mm,
the listeners trying to imagine it. I'm sure you'll understand the light panels that are in Star Wars, the ones that are like the offset oblong lights. So it'll usually be like a silver wall when you're like walking through the Death Star or like Empire stuff. It's like everything's like metal or white or silver. And then there's the light panels, which are these like long pill-shaped lights that it would be like offset from each other.
hmm
It's like very iconic standard Star Wars like design. You would
mm,
recognize it immediately. Someone built them and showed off how to do them on Reddit and was like,
mm,
use this to display your Star Wars stuff. And I was gonna put that on the other side of this room, where I have like all my cabinets.
right.
But when Therese goes back to work in, like 3, 4 months, we're gonna have to share custody of this office now because
Right.
her office got turned into the baby's room.
hmm
So I could no longer make this because that means she'd be on, calls with like actual important people, with like, a giant lightsaber displays. So I had to keep that side of the room
Hmm.
from looking like, you know, everything is covered in my special interests, as you would say. Um,
Interesting. Yeah.
Therese sent me a video and it was just like the person was like, just hanging out with my boyfriend, and it's just like the room, it's just Spider-Man stuff everywhere.
Well,
It's just like, well,
yeah.
you're not wrong.
What is her name in Taskmaster when she said she had a Batman room?
Oh my God, Fatia.
Yeah, yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
that is so funny.
Yeah.
This
The
season.
latest episode was so funny. I don't know. Did you see the latest episode?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
the
yeah.
cameo appearance by someone was great. Loved
It's
that. So
fantastic.
funny. The whole show is so fucking funny. It's
This
so good.
this season's been phenomenal.
Yeah,
Phenomenal. I have a
really
theory.
good. You have a theory?
I have a theory.
What do you mean a
We're
theory?
gonna get a US Taskmaster again.
Again,
Yeah.
because of how much Manzukis and what's his name, the late show host, and the growing number of people in America who watch it.
Yeah. Jason Mantzoukas is gonna be the Taskmaster.
I like it. I also think
Because
that
do
they
you remember
shouldn't
the
even
special
partner.
thing that Alex had him read?
I
Remember the
think
letter? It was
so.
like, he
Oh
hid
yeah, the
that
letter.
note.
Yeah.
Jason's had different texts that the other people didn't have when they read theirs. And his had the text
Uh,
about, I think you could win Taskmaster. He said, in fact, I think you could be the Taskmaster.
oh, okay.
And now I'm like,
All right. Well,
oh,
I heard like when what's his name, Alex Horn was talking about how bad the US version was. Like everything he listed on it was so like of course Americans fucked it. And
yeah. It's so,
it's like
dude,
yeah,
Comedy
it
Central
was
sucks though.
yeah, of course Comedy Central fucked it by making it a half hour, by telling him he couldn't do certain things,
The
by
cast wasn't good either.
right, the limits that they placed on him based on what
Ron
Alex
Funches was
Horn
great.
said.
Ron Funches.
So based on the limitations that Alex Horn expressed, I was like, of course this sucked.
Well, because it's
Like,
not their
what the
show.
fuck?
It
It's not the
literally,
show.
it literally wasn't
Oh
their show. It didn't
no.
have the prize task. It didn't have like the live
Right.
task.
There
It
was no
didn't.
prize. Yeah.
It was not the same show, and so
But you
that's
also, I
why it
really feel
sucked.
like you really need a really good Greg though. Like Alex is great, but you really need a good Greg that can pull it out of the contestants and make fun of them without being mean. And I
Yeah.
think that that's like really good, especially when there's ports where like he knows them a little bit, or some of them know each other, or like
Look, I'm gonna pause you here on this thought, and I'm gonna
I'm done.
say that I used to feel very similar about it until I watched the Australian and New Zealand shows, and they have a
Yeah.
very different dynamic
Ooh,
than Greg and Alex, and the show is
ooh.
still great. It gives it a very different vibe. So it took a few episodes to like get used to it because I was
Yeah.
like, oh, like all of the task parts are phenomenal, but then I have specific expectations for what I want from the taskmaster and the assistant.
Right.
Which isn't to say that like anyone works, but you have to have a good chemistry. But one of the like, for instance, one of them, it's almost the opposite of Greg and Alex, where like their assistant is like a lot more aggressive with the people
Mm,
in the task with the contestants, and the taskmaster kind of lets stuff slide a lot.
okay.
And that actually ends up working really well. Like on that show, to me, like the taskmaster assistant role is like the
Well, and
much
then I feel
funnier,
like,
harsher role.
yeah, but I don't want it. To me, Taskmaster. I can't speak tonight.
Yeah.
Taskmaster feels so unscripted. Whereas, like, even when I watch like a late night, like even the interview with Seth Meyers and Jason Mantzoukas, you could tell that Seth Meyers had like canned questions that he had to hit, that he
Oh,
had
all
to
this stuff.
ask.
Look, a lot of this stuff is approved ahead of time. A lot of the questions are done. There's like rehearsal. Like
For
it's
what?
not like when they go out and do the interview, they know what the questions are going to be.
Late night?
Yeah,
What's what I'm saying? Like, but
yeah.
I feel like
But
like
that's
I
how
feel
those
like
all of those shows
I know,
work.
but
They're
I don't
all
want them to be so like Taskmaster needs to be
yeah,
off the fucking cuff.
right.
Like you could have an outline.
Right, but our unscripted TV sucks because it's all like really commercial and boring, and we
Yeah.
talk down to the lowest common denominator instead of like finding ways to make stuff that can be enjoyable for everyone and
Yeah,
not
well, I
like
don't know if this. Yeah,
we
well,
treat everyone like they're fucking idiots. So
yeah,
everything gets like dumbed down.
yeah. Well, there might not be in America by the time Taskmaster comes
All
over
right,
here.
okay. Well,
So
look,
anyway, Taskmaster's been awesome. Can't wait to see it. The
yeah,
finale tomorrow.
yeah,
So
same.
excited.
Totally agree.
Speaking of TV, I'm going to give you three TV shows that we've watched
Oh,
recently
Jesus Christ.
that I thought I will go through one. Okay, one by one. The Better Sister on Prime with Jessica Biel and I can't remember her Elizabeth Banks, the one from whatever. Started out really good, total shit show by the end. Like awful. I would like actually bad. And I know that people give a lot of praise. The Better Sister said, "Oh, it's great." Awful. Moving on to the next show.
Yeah,
Our
Elizabeth Banks.
the Friends and Neighbors show with John Hamm on Apple TV. Okay, John Hamm is great. He plays basically Don Draper, just in like suburb rich.
Yeah,
Bring it forward.
I saw the
Don
first
Draper.
half of the first episode.
Slow as fuck. Ended up not being that interesting to me. We watched two episodes. We quit. We're done. I don't think that show is all that in a bag of
I
chips
didn't make
either.
it through the first one.
Nosedive. Okay.
Yeah. Disappointing.
Huge disappointment. Show number three. Okay. And
No
this
one's
one's
found the
going
right
to be,
vehicle for this guy other than Mad Men and
yeah.
Tag. Tag was honestly and ironically great movie.
Oh my God. All right.
Great movie.
Number three. And this one might be controversial. I'm not sure. I don't know how people feel because I know people, once people get into a show, they're very hard to like change their opinions. The Bear season 4. Stinker.
Okay.
Absolute garbage. Okay. I thought seasons 1 and 2 of The Bear were fucking phenomenal TV. I thought it was awesome. It's great. What The Bear is now suffering from in season 4 is we have run out of ideas. We have already basically resolved everything that we had in season 1. However, we're going to make the problems that were existent in seasons 2 and 3. We're going to bring them back. We're going to bring back the same problems. They have the same problem. We're just going to do the same shit all over again. And all the show becomes is just a bunch of people yelling at each other and going nowhere. So the Bear season, they're going to do a season 5. This is a classic problem where it should have ended at the end of like season 3 or just half of season, right? So
Sure.
as much as I love the Bear, I'm telling you now, Bear season 4, bins, terrible, absolutely terrible. And then we just started Squid Game season 3. First episode was fine.
We didn't watch season 2, so we're gonna
Oh,
we
here's what I
didn't
will tell
we
you
didn't want to watch season 2
until the whole thing was done.
because it's not
Because
season
it's
2, it's
not a
just
season
half of
2.
season.
It's
Correct.
yeah.
Yep.
What I will tell you, and I think I've already said this, and I'm just going to reiterate it. Andor season 2, banger, Great
Oh
show.
yeah,
Great
incredible,
show. I mean,
unbelievable.
come on.
Yeah,
Like this is what I'm saying, man. Like all this fucking shit that comes out is so bad. It is oh,
yeah.
a
I
lot of it is
also I don't
bad.
know. I think we're like overcritical, and I think
No,
no.
dude,
I
this
think if
was shit.
if something's not like a 9 now, people are just like, oh, it
Dude,
sucks.
watch the better, fine. Watch the better sister. People say it's great. Not that actually, Rotten Tomatoes has it as at a 70. I would say
I
that's
think a
about where it
70 or an
needs to
80 is
be.
good.
Now, 70's bins. 70's
Yeah, this is
terrible.
my point. Is that's not how things used to be.
Yeah, I know,
Um,
but I'm not gonna waste my time on a 9 episode, 10 episode thing where I gotta be honest with you,
you don't have to though.
it starts out great.
You don't have to.
Hold on, let
You
me
don't
see.
have to watch everything.
No, but when I heard that it was good is
Sure.
my point.
Yeah, I haven't heard anyone talk
Heard
about
it
this
was
fucking
good.
show.
Well, you don't talk to anybody.
I feel like you don't talk to anybody.
The Pit, though. I mean, I'm just going through shows right now. That I'm looking.
Oh
I
my
can't.
God.
When is For All Mankind coming back? Come on.
Later this year.
Well, get on it because I
Yeah.
feel like I want to rewatch that
Well,
whole show.
Foundation comes back in like a week.
I'm excited for Foundation. I'm definitely excited for Foundation.
It actually might be back now.
The other thing that I was going to say was For All Mankind. I wish I could just edit out you know what storyline I want to edit out of that show. If I could edit that storyline out,
Have
I
you
would.
have you ever rewatched any of it?
No, but I want to really
Okay,
bad.
look, so when I rewatched it, that whole storyline, Alex,
Yeah.
is so much smaller
Then
than
you
I remember because I disliked it so significantly while it was happening that I
Mm.
couldn't focus on anything else. And then
Mhm.
it turns out like it's actually so small and in the background the majority of the time.
Mhm.
And now that you've like accepted it and moved on, it doesn't matter. It did not. I was not looking forward to that season for that reason, but it turned out
Oh,
totally fine. And I like
okay.
that season a lot more now.
All right. Here's another one.
Next
Department
week,
Q.
Foundation.
Oh, next week. Okay. Department Q on Netflix. We started
Yeah.
it. I really
Yeah.
like the lead actor in it, but it's hard. It's tough for us. It's kind of we're kind of like iffy on it on that one. I'm trying to think what else. Oh, we stopped watching Yellow Jackets. That show took a nosedive.
Okay. Well,
That's all
you
I
should
got.
try the Thursday Murder Club because it's
Okay.
adapted from Richard Osman's
The Thursday Ray told
novel.
me about that one. Yeah. Mhm.
So you should watch that movie, and then if you like it, I
Yeah.
would say. Actually, I don't remember if it's a movie or a show. I haven't seen it yet.
Video game wise, I'm very excited for Donkey Kong to come out. I have been playing my Switch too. I feel like I've done everything in Mario Kart World that I want to do.
Oh wow. Okay. I didn't realize it was directed by Christopher Columbus.
Chris K.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah, I mean, see. I don't know why I just agreed. I was like, am I wrong? Is it spelled with a K? Like what? But
No,
I mean, it's got
going-
Helen Mirren, Pierce Brosnan, Ben Kingsley. I mean, I gotta watch this.
Yeah.
I gotta watch this. It's in August.
Oh, I
I
can't.
thought it was out already, but it says it's in August.
All right.
All right.
And then video game wise, Mario Kart World, playing it, but I feel like I played all the courses.
Yeah, I
and
just
all
want
that
to play
stuff,
with
and-
you guys now.
Yeah, that's my point. It's
Yeah.
kind of like I'm at the point where I just want to play with you guys.
Yeah.
However, I'm excited for the DK game.
Dude, I'm so
And
fucking
then
excited.
I've been
Previews came
going-
out and people
Yeah.
are like raving about it now.
No, I'm excited. I'm really excited. And the other thing is I've been playing a lot of the virtual console stuff. So I played Joe and Mac, Super Nintendo, played some
Oh,
Yoshi
sick.
Story. What else did I play? I just played a bunch of, and it's amazing to me.
You should go. We should play a Donkey Kong Country.
All right. What's so funny to
We
me
could
is
do a
I remember-
competition.
I remember Yoshi's Story being like this bigger game than it was.
Yeah.
And I beat it in like an hour. So like young me, I guess I have this idea that young me was good at video games.
No, I think we were good when we were
I
15.
don't think so.
I think
Yeah.
when we were like 15 to like 21,
Mm,
and then our reflexes have just gotten slower and
Yeah.
slower
yeah. Yeah.
and slower.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I've been playing old games as well
What
on
do you
my
got?
Nintendo Switch.
Okay, what do you got,
Alex, the Gex trilogy
Christian? Oh, the
is out.
Gex. The Gex.
Did you ever play Gex at my place? Because I had Gex. Do you remember? I had Gex Enter the
Mm,
Gecko, Gex
not
Deep
ringing a bell,
Cover.
but I gotta be honest with you. You know, when we were the number of time, like in my mind, the years we were having sleepovers at your house, playing video games in the basement,
Yeah.
seems like a very long time.
Well, it wasn't.
I know, which is crazy. Like in my
Yeah.
mind, it's like in my memories,
Yeah.
it's such a long
Well,
time.
when you were 12 and you
Yeah, I've
did
heard.
that
Oh,
for
here
four
we go.
years, it was
Yeah,
30% of your life at
30% of
that
your
time.
life. I heard a
Yeah.
million times. I heard this
Yeah, yeah.
bullshit. 20. Yeah,
Now it's less than a tenth.
I know. Ridiculous.
Every day, there's one less grain of sand in
Yeah.
your
Well, you're
hourglass.
closer to death every day.
Every minute, every second.
Every second.
Every second,
Right
you're
now.
running closer to the
I'm
end.
closer to death than I was
Fucking
yesterday.
hell.
I was
Jesus
closer to death
Christ.
before that sentence started. So,
All right. Yeah, I'm basically in the same spot as you. You know what we didn't talk about? I didn't talk about it last week because you weren't
okay.
here.
Okay.
But they did get to hear about Walkabout Mini Golf, but I didn't talk about the new course.
Oh, so let's do that now.
Yeah. And I don't know if we
Walkabout
even
Mini
ever
Golf.
talked about giant mode.
All right, so wrap it up.
All right. Well, so giant mode and Walkabout Mini Golf.
Okay, let's just preface this right now. Walkabout Mini Golf is the best thing going.
I was
It's still
pitching
coming
Vitelli on it the other day for like 5 minutes.
because, dude, as soon as you start, because you know what? It's not just a mini golf game, it's an experience. So
It's a way of life.
it is a little bit. And I'm like upset now that we might not be able to get in some regular tea times, not only because of the baby, but because I have to go back to the office.
Yeah, wait.
So-
How full time now or?
Now 3 days starting at the end of the summer.
Okay, well we have still the end of the summer where we're at least getting two
The
tea
summer I
times in a
turned
week.
the summer before, yeah, the summer
Yeah.
I turned pretty. So, but yeah, so Walkabout Mini Golf is an amazing game. It comes out with new courses every 6 weeks, about. They come out with new modes. There's giant mode where we are giants on the course, and the club is like a little toothpick size in our hands. And it's kind of like we're playing a tabletop mini golf game instead of a mini golf game. And then there's mini mode where we're like on the course as if we're in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. And that's also really cool and really fun. So they found ways to mix up the game. They also have match play, which is whoever scores the least amount of strokes per hole, you get a point per hole. If you do that, most points wins. And they also have race mode, which is a lot of fun. And they just come out with a new course called Crystal Lair that has a new mechanic where there's these crystals on the course that will attract your ball if you get too close and bounce it away at a certain angle based on how you hit it. But
Can you describe how fucking amazing this location is?
so
I
the
think
location is,
it's one of the best looking new locations.
what did they say? It was the cliffs of Peru or something like that, right? Or Brazil? What was the official?
I thought it was Argentina.
Could be. It's basically built into the cliffs of a mountain in Argentina. Everything is very like crystal triangle shaped. It's kind of like you're visiting a White Lotus wellness spa, but everything is centered on crystals.
Venezuela.
Venezuela, there you go. And everything is centered on kind of like a White Lotus wellness kind of thing where they're selling you bullshit and you're buying it. And
Wellness is the new word for homeopathy.
yeah. Yeah, no, it's great. It's really, really good. And now I think that beefs up the number of courses with easy and hard mode to over 50. So Chris has disappeared.
We have 68 courses to play now if you count easy and hard mode. I really like, so typically easy mode
variety.
is daytime. Oh, dude, there's an incredible variety. And this one in particular has a new spin on the day and nighttime cycle where, we had the holiday one that flipped it, and then we have like Widow's Walkabout where they're both at night, so they did the black and the white for the
Hmm.
nighttime. This
Hmm.
one, it's a partial eclipse during the daytime, and the nighttime, it's not nighttime, it's just a full solar eclipse, which is really fucking cool to look at in VR
Hmm.
because
The
you
game is
can't
just
in
awesome
real
to
life
be
without, glasses.
in VR. And I still think one of the best things about VR is Chris and I can be on a course and Chris can hit a shot or I can hit a shot that like was bad. And you can look at the other player and like see the reaction of like, "Oh, I
You don't
fucked
think
up,"
about it. You act the exact same way you do in real life.
real life. So
It's
you get to
crazy.
see it. So you
Yeah.
see it and you see his avatar moving his head and you know what he's feeling. And it's like,
Anytime one of us screws something
great.
up,
Yeah.
we don't, it's like no one even says anything. We both like, I know immediately. I go to like look at you. I'm waiting to see
Yeah.
your reaction. And
Yeah.
the animations of the face are like
Yep.
so limited, but it is the like, oh, I see like you like
Right. The head
slump your
going up.
head
Yep.
down,
And it
or
is
like
kind of like we're
I'll do
hanging
the
out.
like look at the sky and just don't even say anything
It
because I'm
definitely
so mad.
tricks the brain. It definitely
Yeah.
tricks the brain. It's not hyper realistic, right? You're not going to be like, oh,
No.
I'm actually on the cliffs of Venezuela and whatever. But it really, I'm in. Like I'm in there. I feel like I'm there. I feel like we're hanging out. I feel like what is that?
Dark signal.
Oh, he's got the dark saves. So yeah, get yourself a walkabout mini golf. Get yourself the game. God damn it.
It's so good. It's so good. You know what they should do? They should bring it to the Switch, bring the iOS version to the Switch too, and let me use the
Mm,
mouse to control hitting the
mm.
ball.
Well, I'm not playing with you if you're gonna do that.
Why? I think it will be harder.
I know, because once you get the precision exactly down, whenever you play
No, no,
in
no, 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 no,
VR,
no. It's
what do
so
you mean, no, no,
hard.
no, no.
It's so hard to like look. Have you played the iOS version? It's still like kind of difficult to navigate. I don't think the precision of the mouse is actually a benefit over your ability to actually like look and aim in VR.
I don't know, man.
I think
That's another reason why I really like Walkabout Mini Golf. It's because you would think a mini golf game, boring, possibly easy, whatever. But even if you're really good, right, there's other variables at play, like your arms move, like it takes into account your movements I would say pretty precisely. So it's
yeah.
not like you're just like
They
moving a
spend a lot of
cursor.
the like performance assets on the physics of the ball. It's the reason why
Right.
they've told people and they keep telling people they're never going to add collision or like things like that to the game
What do
because
you mean
they
collision?
like being able to hit your ball because so much resources are
Uh,
spent on the physics of making sure your ball when you hit it goes like where you would think it would go
it
that like
always goes where I think it
they
would
don't
go.
have it to spare. Like they don't
No,
have the resources to
it
spare.
literally the ball literally always goes where I think
Always.
it's going to go.
Always.
Always. And it's if
It's
I, and if
unbelievable.
it doesn't, it's because
Yeah.
I fucked up.
It's
It's
why it
because I
works.
fucked it. Yeah. It's because
Yeah.
I fucked it up. That's the only I mean, it's not because of them. And the other thing that's great
We're
about it,
such fucking weird sickos for a video game podcast that we are over 2 years into this game and we like people must be so fucking annoyed about hearing about because
well, then get it
no
already.
one else
Get
plays
it.
this game.
Yeah,
No
but
one
you'll
else
join
plays
our
VR.
cult. You'll join our cult if you get the game, and then you'll understand this
The
conversation.
cults
You'll be
of
like, I
club.
love, yeah, right. And the other
You know
thing is
what?
like,
If you
what?
ever have to go back to work full time, we should
I'll just bring
start
a
a
meta
walkabout mini golf club.
club. Yeah,
Yeah, with the
yeah,
listeners, we'll do
yeah,
it once a month. You'll have to
yeah,
tell your wife like
yeah.
Sunday,
Sundays is
Sundays at 10 a.m.
right.
is like
The second Sunday of every month is Walkabout Mini Golf Day.
is walk. Oh, dude, I'm so into this idea.
But like, I mean, that was the other thing too. Like it, whereas if you played a mini golf game on the Xbox, let's say, right, like you aim the cursor, you pick a power level, like you could probably figure out at some point, okay, I have to hit it there at this power level, and it will always go to to that spot on the
That being
green.
said, Alex, I'm sure I could probably with a 3D printer build a sort of like swing pendulum system for the controller so that I could drop it. I could even make ratchets to be like, I want to hit
Yeah,
it
well, you're
this
not
hard.
doing
I want to hit it this hard.
Yeah,
And then
all
I
right.
could
Well,
just,
you're not all right, fine. But you're not doing that though. So the whole point is that I'm
I don't know.
standing
I'm
there.
sort of into this
I'm
idea.
standing there. I'm on the green. I'm hitting the ball, and it's the
About
different
to
every
have a lot of
time.
free time on my hands to make this.
But it's different every time. That's the best fucking part.
It's
It's
unbelievable.
different every time.
It's amazing. It's great.
It's different. That should be their thing. It's different every time.
Every time.
It is though, dude.
I agree.
Sometimes you hit a shot, it's great. Sometimes you hit a shot, it's fucking terrible.
It's a really good video game.
Yeah.
It's a really good video game.
Well, I'll be in the old folks' home still playing it. Actually, I'll be in the whole folks' home telling people about it, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, sure." Nobody played that game. Get out of here. What do you got? Anything else? You play anything else?
Dude, by the way, the
I
new
was
Spin
happy-
Drift is very, very good.
Oh my God, you and the Spindrift. I was half expecting possibly during this podcast for you to say, "Gotta go. We're going.
Oh.
This is it."
Well, I mean, you know how this works. Like, oh, well, no, because you guys
We're
didn't do
getting
the
there.
whole labor thing.
No, there was no labor.
Right. So, like, you know, if she starts
would
going into
know,
labor,
though.
it's like you're not,
No, but you
you're
will
not,
know
you're not going anywhere for hours. Yeah.
you're going to the hospital.
Well, no, the hospital will turn you around until you're 6 centimeters dilated. They don't take you in at the hospital. They send you home.
Even if you're broke?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Until you are 6 centimeters dilated, they don't. Yeah, pretty
Oh.
sure. I could be
All right.
about the water break. I don't remember that one. I'll have to check with Tay. Maybe she'll remember. But
Okay.
like that was the thing they told us. They were like, yeah, if your contractions aren't like this close together, like they're gonna just tell you to go home and come back when they are.
Ooh.
So yeah,
All right.
yeah, it's a weird thing.
Okay.
I don't know, but we're not inducing it, so like we'll see. It's supposed to be Sunday.
I mean,
Could be tonight.
Could be in 5 minutes.
I just don't want it to be on the 4th of July. I just don't.
Oh boy.
I don't.
All right. You got new. Yeah.
I hit it already. Something happened. This app updated, and now when you press a sound, there's like a almost 3 seconds. I would say there's at least 2. There's definitely like 2 seconds before it starts
in the
playing.
news this week, Brian Koberger pled guilty.
I saw.
Pled guilty.
Yeah.
Stone cold killer. I think we all knew it though. I don't think anyone's surprised. I don't think anyone's surprised about Diddy either, to be honest.
So, okay. There were, in continuing more horrific news, a lot of people were let go. An entire studio was shut down. Microsoft is cutting throats again. They
How much
are
longer can
fucking awful.
Microsoft? I'm telling you, dude, I cannot talk tonight.
Yeah, shut up. Just shut up for a minute. Listen, I've got to tell you right now, I was recently just about to like go and re-up my Game Pass for another 2 years because there's a way to do it still for like a lot cheaper than paying monthly. And right now I'm like, I don't know, I might just let it expire. Like I just have no faith in this company. And this is after they put out like Avowed and Indiana Jones. I just feel like at what point are Microsoft gonna like cut bait and like just like someone else is going to start buying up their properties from them and just be like calling it quits. Like, what is this? Like, because they just can't make games, clearly. Like, they have some studios that know how to do it, and so they've done it, but like everything, like Microsoft has never been able to pull this off. The fact that they had to closed the studio that they built for Perfect Dark, that when they announced it, they called it a quadruple A game because of like the budget and the talent behind it. And now you find out that the demo they showed off last year was like smoke and mirrors, kind of like
Mm,
Cyberpunk was when it was shown off.
mm.
And the whole thing is shut down, and it's just like, how, like, how is this happening? Who is in charge? Who's calling the shots? Like, is this like where executives giving them like different orders, changing their games? That like the game, this game I saw Jason Schreier talking about. Apparently, there was a game that was like unbelievable. And Phil Spencer, so this is like his tweet in March, Xbox now I'm doing it. Xbox boss Phil Spencer was so impressed by the demo of ZeniMax game codenamed Blackbird that Mad Booty had to stop him playing it so that they can continue their meeting. Yesterday, they canceled it. And it's just like, are you kidding me? Like, why are you doing this? Like, what is
Mhm.
the point? Everwild cancel. I mean, who knows how long Rare is still going to be around? Is Sea of Thieves enough to like keep them going?
Sea of Thieves is still getting updates
Yeah,
and
it's still getting
still
updates.
running.
Still looks
Okay.
like, yeah, they added some cool stuff to it that I was like, oh, that looks neat. Like, fix the combat. I would play the hell out of it.
Mm. I agree. The combat in Sea of Thieves is garbage.
Yeah.
Um, but it was a fun game to play when we were just sailing the seas.
Yes. Yeah.
But
And
if
they've
you
added a
added
lot of new stuff to
competent,
make
yeah,
that
but
more
if you
fun.
added competent combat, and I would absolutely go back and play
Yeah.
that game.
Yeah, I
Like if
definitely
the
would.
sniper actually sniped and the
All
shotgun
the
actually
guns like
shot
felt like you weren't actually hitting anything,
hitting
even when you
anything.
did. Yeah, it just
Yeah.
everything felt so breathless,
Yeah, it did. It
right?
did. Yeah, it did.
And it's a
It did.
shame because the rest of it is like it just feels like someone made a really good facade that you can't do a lot in. I
Yeah,
don't know.
but it's such a cool idea. Like
It's a great
the
idea.
three of us getting on a boat and
By the
going.
way, did you remember? Oh, maybe you didn't. I don't think you saw it, but there was that pirate game that like is coming out for PlayStation, I think next year. That looked pretty cool. And I was like, oh, this
Like
looks like Sea of Thieves, but like
cro
there's combat.
crossing bones, skull and bones or something.
No, Skull and Bones is the
Wasn't that
one that
garbage?
came. Yeah, it is hot garbage, from what I understand. Yes, it's unbelievable. It actually
So
came out.
Xbox had Halo and they ruined that.
So that's the weird thing. Is Halo is actually a great game. They just
Infinite's not like
Infinite's a great game. It's better than
is it,
five. I think the combat feels
you think it's better than
fantastic.
5?
I think it's way better than five.
I kind of liked all the weapon variants of 5 though.
Yeah, and that's the only thing that felt like it was missing with Infinite, but also like the other thing that was missing with Infinite was like all of this. I mean, Infinite just had the problem that any game now has when you put out a sequel
Right.
is that like all of the stuff that everyone has built for this game and all the stuff you added to it over 6 years is
Right.
now not here. And like the game that people want to play, that people like, is like the one that has a ton of stuff in it,
Well,
not.
that's kind of that's isn't that like that's the problem, right? So like Halo 2,
And that's
so
why
you got
Fortnite persists because they just keep
you
updating
just keep
Fortnite
updating
instead
the
of
game.
right, which
Right.
I think was their idea with Infinite was like we'll just have the game and we'll keep updating it. But
Mm. But that's what I'm saying. Like video games used to be Halo 1 had this, Halo 2 now has this,
I
Halo
know,
3 now
yeah,
has this, but you weren't accumulating skins or weapons or all this stuff in those games until now. And Fortnite's doing it right, obviously.
yeah.
The
But
fact that
that's
Fortnite has lived.
but that's because Fortnite's all skins, right? It's all
Yeah, but Fortnite
cosmetics.
is still sometimes we will go in and play and it's still an enjoyable
Oh,
like
it's
I'll still have fun
I
for a
think it's
bit.
fun. I also think that they fixed the shooting, so that's fun. They got rid of the building, so that's fun. I mean, the new Avatar thing they just had going. I played so
Hmm.
much of the Star Wars. I unlocked the Emperor. Like I finished the season pass, which is great. I because that means I got enough money to be able to buy the next season pass the next time they do Star Wars. So that's probably I'll just keep this one season pass like Star Wars purchase going for years.
Hmm. Hmm.
But yeah, I mean they do enough cool stuff that there'll at least be like three different periods of the year where I'm like, all right, let's go play Fortnite for a few weeks again.
Sure.
Halo every now and then has like a season of stuff to like pull. It's just different. It just
It
doesn't work the
is.
way it used to.
No, it doesn't.
You know,
Kind of sucks.
yeah, you know, it's Getting
It's
old.
unfortunate.
Getting old.
Yeah.
So the last couple weeks, Alex, just like getting the house ready, it's been so much. So we just today
What do you having a
replaced
baby or
our
something?
entire entertainment center.
Yeah.
So like we just
Why?
had a
What do you mean?
console under the TV, and then we had these
Oh,
like bookshelves that like weren't very useful because they were like they weren't deep enough to hold a lot of things I would want to put in them, and they weren't
right.
wide enough for other. So like they were just kind of useless. So we decided to get rid of those and the like small TV console, which was honestly way too small for the amount of stuff I had on it. And we got this whole like thing that goes all the way around it's big. It's a lot of cabinets. It's a lot of but I had to like assemble all that stuff, and then I had someone today come and like mount it to the wall because I didn't trust myself to I didn't want to hang the cabinets that are going to be above the TV.
Okay.
So I had this guy do that because I was like, I don't trust myself to make sure all of these are perfectly level with each other. Everything is like, because it's all these different cabinet pieces that come together to make it look like one big unit.
Mm-hmm.
But if I fuck any of it up, then it, you know,
Yeah.
just finished that. Now I will have it's 120 inches across this cabinet,
Okay.
which means because it also comes out 16 inches, I can get a 120-inch projection screen that I can put on top of that shelf and pull down.
Oh, I see.
Now I don't have a 4K one, but I do have a 1080 short throw projector,
Uh-huh.
and I can just pop that on there and then I can just pull it down. That, by the way, that kind of screen for like a half decent one, it's not like an ALR, which is they make screens that have like ridges on them so that the light only bounces towards you and it occludes all the ambient light and stuff. So like it makes your image a lot brighter.
Yeah.
This isn't that. Those are really expensive, but just like a standard, like high reflective pull down retractable screen. It's probably
Mm-hmm.
gonna be like $120. It's like not actually that much money. And I already have the projector for it. So I just literally needed a way to do it. And I wasn't just gonna put a single shelf up like with this for this thing. It would have been. But now this could just hide back there and we won't be able to go to the theater for a while. So like when we do eventually get to watch like Fantastic Four on Disney Plus, 120-inch. Big upgrade from the 65-inch TV.
Yeah,
120
yeah, yeah.
inch picture.
Yeah.
From
120.
13 feet away, it'll be like I'm in an IMAX.
Yeah.
Get up. Be
Yeah.
fucking stupid.
Yeah.
So yeah, looking forward to that. I'm gonna do let's do some quick mail. So
Okay.
we got some we skipped some mail. We skipped some questions last week. You weren't here. So we're gonna go through those now. You
Why
can
did
email
why
us.
okay.
Email it on Rank Podcast because they're relevant to you. So I didn't want to
Okay.
email at unrankedpodcast.com. That's email at unrankedpodcast.com. Or you can give us a call, 805-738-8692, 805 Retunia. If you
Jesus
want
Christ.
to get back to Tuna, he can retune. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, not great. The Killer Gorilla asks, Tuna, the big
Yeah.
question is,
Yeah.
did you end up getting the Switch
Oh.
2 for free, or did they still end up charging you?
So what happened was it was declined, and then days went by,
Mhm.
and then they did charge it, and it did go through. However, the Switch was already in transit by the time they charged me. So my thought way after the fact was, could I have canceled my credit card after they had already shipped it? Because something must have happened, right? They charged it and it went through. It according to them, it went through on their end. On my credit card company end, they said no, we declined it. But Target was like, great, we're shipping it because we got it. And then obviously some system at Target was like, whoa, this didn't go through, charge it again. And then they did. But if I had canceled the credit card in between there, I don't think they would have said shit. All in all, I didn't get it for free. However, because Target took so long in getting Switch 2s to people, I got a $50 Nintendo gift card, Nintendo eShop gift card. So I guess I got Mario Kart for free.
Okay. That's sick.
Yeah.
I mean, that's nice.
Yeah.
It's not a free Switch.
No, but what's funny is that like when you asked, because Chris, you texted me and you said, "Oh, did you get it for free?" And I'm like, I'm pretty sure I did, because I was looking around the date, like the time when it was released, when it was, the charge was supposed to have happened, and it wasn't there. It didn't show up as a charge for another 4 days. So
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
They got you. They got your number. Official
Yeah,
Tuna fan club wants to know, not a question, but a head-to-head challenge if you guys are up for it.
I love it.
I
What
was
is it?
going to say, Alex, let's do a Donkey Kong Country challenge. And I remember we had this.
Okay, what is it?
So, a game called Lost in Random,
Don't know
Eternal Die. So neither of us have played it, which is good.
that.
Just
Okay.
dropped on Game Pass. It's a roguelike, heavily inspired by Hades. Hard to live up to Hades, but it's well polished. Gameplay is tight. Anyway, the challenge is this: pass the first world boss in as few runs as possible. No time limit, no class requirement. Just pass the first boss in fewest runs, like Hades. It's a tough game in the start, but anyone who's beaten Hades once can probably do this in 2 to 4 hours.
What's
the way,
the name of the game again?
Lost in Random, Eternal Die. By the way, I don't see a run counter in the game, so you may need to count on your own. You could also just do it by lowest in-game time, which is viewable on the save file.
Mm.
I'm happy to do it by in-game time.
Yeah, I'll do it by in-game time.
Yeah. And here's what we'll do. By next week, because it said only 4 hours.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you don't have a lot of time.
Right. I'll just do it tonight or tomorrow. It's 2 to 4 hours. I'll send Tom the clip
Mm-hmm.
if I'm not here next week.
Okay. So it's whoever defeats the in-game boss the fastest.
Yeah, the first boss. It says pass the first world boss.
Pass the
So there's
first.
more than-
Okay, so
yeah.
the challenge is pass the first world boss the fastest from start up the game to when you do it, and then stop playing the game and then go to the
Well, your save
file.
file has the time. Yeah. So once you do it, so like just
Stop
start
playing.
recording. Yeah, just start. I would say start recording. Like do the record last whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Right. As
do
soon as you
that.
beat
Yeah.
it, go to your save file, take a look at it, and then
Record the last minute.
record that last minute.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's verified. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm in.
All right.
And then because I'll be probably playing a lot of handheld games,
Probably.
I want to do Donkey Kong Country to prep for DK. I want to do a DK theme challenge. We did Donkey Kong Country 1 last year. We could do a
let's do
DK 2.
Let's do DK2 with Dixie.
Yeah, and we can just do fastest time to beat the game.
Wow. Okay. Let's do it.
So we'll just do one run.
Yeah.
Okay, great. I think that
Yeah,
sounds
yeah.
grand.
Next.
We got a voicemail.
Okay.
Eight 805-738-8692. All right. I may accidentally play one that has already been played. Let's see. Oh, wait. I didn't read this question. Makilla Girl says, you guys got lost in the meatloaf debate and never answered my question. Oh, no, I did. Okay. I remembered there was something about meatloaf. I forgot it was the same one that started that other question. Okay, here you go.
Hey there, Unranked crew. This is Kill Care Bears. I am still a year behind, but I am also just listening to the new ones when they come out. So that's just to answer your question about that. But I went ahead and followed the instructions from our commander, Tuna Targaryen, and I went ahead and put in the debate between him and Tom about finishing a game into ChatGPT. And I was curious if it could give me some good analogies for him to use on the pod. So I went ahead and put all of it in. I think I got the essence of the argument. And
I'm just pausing it for a second to say, Alex, that what's
Yeah.
great is Tom will not hear this. So not does he not know that Alex Schwimmerman is an Alex Schwimmerman, but he also won't know these. So now you can use
I
these
can
without
use
Tom
these.
knowing
Yeah.
and then see what the reaction is.
Yeah.
And that would
Yeah.
be a good previously on is then to take
Yeah.
this clip and
Yeah.
then the clip of you saying it to Tom and see what the reactions
Hold
are.
on. I'm gonna wait, before you play this, I'm gonna write these
Yeah,
down.
you should. Okay.
I'm writing these
That's
down.
better than me having to send it to you and listen again.
Yeah. Go ahead.
ChatGPT says a couple of good analogies would be either A, with sports. It says, it's like leaving a basketball game in the fourth quarter. You saw most of the plays, but not the game-winning shot.
Ooh.
Or another analogy was music, and it says, like, you're listening to a symphony, but turning it off before the finale. The crescendo is part of the artistry. Whoa. So I don't know if any of those resonate with you, Tom. But I know that I was called to action to figure this out. So I hope that this was informative and helpful to continue the intellectual discussion around finishing video games, as I know that it is very important to Tom in particular to talk about this. So other than that, stay ranked. Suck it.
Okay. I like the basketball one because I'm just gonna modify it a little bit. So leaving a basketball game early, right? You don't get to see the game-winning shot. Someone like Tom would say, well, I'm going to leave in the fourth quarter with 5 minutes to go because so and so is already winning. I've already seen a lot of it. I already know what's going to happen. I know what, I don't like how many basketball plays can you possibly see, right? But in the last 2 minutes, something big happens, right? It's like something like the big difference. The difference is made, the highlight reel. That's when the game comes alive. It's kind of like the end of Elden Ring. You want to see the end. And then also the symphony one is good too. The crescendo piece is part of the piece, and you're missing it. It's part of the game. You've only seen parts. You haven't seen the whole thing. How can you appreciate a piece of art, piece of work, without experiencing the whole thing?
I mean,
like it.
you quit on Blueprints.
No, that's okay. What's the analogy there? So, what's the analogy in extra shit?
It's not extra shit.
No, it's extra shit.
It's not. That's the
It's
game.
extra.
If there's more puzzles that haven't been solved, then it's
No,
not extra
because
shit.
Elden Ring has extra bosses that you don't
No,
necessarily have
no,
to.
no,
What do you mean no?
no.
What do you mean no?
There is another call from Schwimmerman, but
No, you should. Well,
wait
how are we
for
gonna do this?
Tom. So if I'm not here next week, I will
What do you
send
think?
the
You're still
I will send the audio file to the chat. Well,
okay.
we're not inducing. So
All
the
right.
first baby is traditionally so like we had like a bridal shower, baby shower, bridal
Mm-hmm.
shower. We had a baby shower like a month ago,
Mm-hmm.
and with our friend, John Murphy, his wife is pregnant. Like she's due like 3 weeks after us. Her friend was due the day of that party
Mm-hmm.
and was still there, and then didn't end up having the baby for like 10 more days.
All
So
right.
like we have an appointment, like if in a week from now it hasn't happened, then we're going to schedule an induction for after that point. So it's like it's possible I'm here again like next week
Yeah.
and the week
Yeah.
after.
Totally.
That would be the farthest, but who knows. Yeah, I'll send the clip to you guys to play.
All right.
So for that reason, Kill Care Bears did have a second call.
Hey there, Unranked crew. This is Kill Care Bears again, just calling in because I was doing my catch up and I'm listening to episode 434 right now. And I do have a complaint for real this time, not impersonating Alex or Gary, sorry.
I'm gonna because it's coming in through like really busted.
Yep.
There is like
The AI
a
was able to.
transcription. It's good
Okay.
enough. The transcription is good enough. They'll listen to 343 and they have it must have been 383. I have a complaint. The complaint is when I came back on oh, back then it was called the Master Ball tier, and I came on and we did the game together, and that was fun. And he enjoyed that. But someone was making that game. I can't remember. When I did Game Busters. Basically, the complaint is, if you remember when we did the game recently, which by the way went swimmingly, you fucking got Uno, no problem. Because I gave you the clues to look at, they weren't then repeated for the audio listeners. So he was like, oh, I would have figured these out, but because now they're there and I'm not saying them over and over in the game, it's like hard for, so they're saying like the rules have changed. Now all of a sudden it's like, just put it in the chat so they can read it. The complaint is there's some goalpost moving because he thinks that he could have beat you. Essentially, like they would have come up with the answer before you. So again, this is like based on like it's kind of broke. Like the transcription's there enough for me to get the idea of like, hey, say them out loud, which like because 99% of people don't watch the show; they listen to it. So I will remember to say it, but I'm still gonna also put them in the chat for you guys because I'll repeat them, but it's just also like for you to be able to look at because I'm sure it definitely makes it easier. But I will make sure they are read out.
Okay.
Often again. I'm excited to do another game at some point. Might not be to the season finale or premiere. We'll see, I guess. So yeah. Alex, tell us about today.
Today was good. I had a half day. We picked
the podcast
camp. She was good. She had a great day at camp. They went in the pool twice, learned how to swim.
Wrap up the podcast.
Yeah, podcast I guess was all right. It was a quick one, hour and 20. Good times, good talking to you. See you in a couple months.
Stay unranked.
And suck it.